Welcome, Dino. Here we are live at Sacred Heart here as Notre Dame Fairfield looks to take on Joel Barlow. Hopefully, I pronounced that right this time.
Zach, you got everything right. Welcome, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Project Purple Sports. Beautiful night here at Sacred Heart University as Notre Dame Prep takes on Joe Barlow in boys football in the coaches versus cancer game to benefit Project Purple. Thank you to the Notre Dame Prep staff for supporting our mission of a world without pancreatic cancer. As we get started here, Zach, it looks like Barlow's going to kick off here to Notre Dame. So both teams come in kind of on some losses, but tight season for both. Barlow comes in 3-2, Notre Dame 2-3, but could clearly be 5-0. Nice
Yeah,
job there by Barlow. Looks like Notre Dame's going to have the
Caden
ball
Wally
for
with the
30.
return.
yeah, and that was Caden Wally who muffed the kickoff there. And let's look as we
Brought down
have
at the 28-yard
Notre
line.
Dame's offense coming out. Let's take a quick look at your starting Notre Dame offense really quickly. So at quarterback, you have Jordan Razor with Caden Wally and Caden Rudd in the
First and 10
backfield.
Lancers.
Your wide receivers will be Tristan Jones, Skylar Burgess, and Elijah Braziel. Tackle, your tackles are Elijah Jennings, Kamani Anderson. Your guards are Jordan Allen and CJ Bostic, and your center is Mike Fields.
Sorry, as we adjust the camera there.
Jordan Razor on the run.
Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties here, Zach, but we just adjusted the camera here a little bit, give you a little bit different angle here.
Yeah, and that was
Out of bounds at the 31. Second and 7 Lancers.
2nd and 7, Zach. It looks like 3 yards on the rush.
yeah, I don't know if that was Caden Wally because he just came in, so my guess would that have been Caden Rudd with a handoff. And it looks like we're gonna get a false
Flag on the
start on
play.
the offense. Yeah.
False start. Offense.
So I know Zach talking to Notre Dame coach and athletic director John
It's a
Johnson.
5-yard penalty, making
Notre
it second
Dame
and 12.
had a great season last year, made it to the state semifinals in football, but lost quite a few players coming into this year. So they are a very young team, as we saw in soccer and also volleyball, and both boys soccer, girls soccer, and then girls volleyball. So it's kind of a rebuild year, I guess you could say, for Notre Dame with regards to their sports here in the fall.
And
Nice
there's Kate.
handoff there.
That's not actually Caden Wally. It
Number
was
7, Zach. We don't have a number on, but
Jeremiah
that was
James on the run.
Nathan
Gain about 2.
Daresme. Oh yeah, Nathan Daresme,
yeah,
freshman running
freshman.
back.
So he's going to catch a breather here.
Oh,
Looks like
actually,
Wally's back in, but setting up on the I guess you would say slot back position, or not slot back, but wide receiver position there.
Razor to throw, and he finds Rudd out of the backfield, who gets dropped instantly there by Barlow's
Jordan Razor's
defense.
pass is complete to number 33, Caden Rudd.
And that was Jack Gilbert,
Gain 1.
captain for Barlow. And it
4th and 9
looks
from the 30.
like
Fourth
there's
down here, so it looks
yeah, but
like
there's some confusion on if they're well, it looks like they are going to punt, but I completely forgot their quarterback is also their cornerback. So Jordan Razor plays both ways.
see him there putting on double gloves, Zach. So yeah, you don't normally see this in the pros, but you see that here in high school sports where you have players playing multiple sports, both offense and defense. Razor there almost had a play on the ball. Nice return here by Barlow. Get out of bounds. That might be a late hit. Is that late? No.
No, that was Andrew Winston on the return, or
Andrew
Andrew
Watson on the
Watson.
return.
So really quickly though, Dino, I have some players to
Brought
look
down
for
at
on
the
both
46.
teams here. So for Notre Dame, you have Tristan Jones, wide
First and 10
receiver and
Falcons.
linebacker. He leads the team in receiving yards, tackles per game, and interceptions. And also Caden Wally for Notre Dame Prep, who leads them in rushing yards, total touchdowns, and fumbles forced. Now on the other side of the ball for Joel Barlow, they have Scott Romano, who leads the team in rushing yards and total touchdowns, and then Jack Gilbert, their quarterback and linebacker, who's second in rushing yards, total touchdowns, and the leader for sacks. So they're a big run heavy team, Joe Barlow, which you have two guys who are pretty much around that 100-yard a game mark, which is very impressive, especially in high school, and you can kind of
Scott
know it's
Romano's
coming
run.
every time because they don't pass the football.
Gain about 2. 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here, and as you were saying, Zach, they went to the rush right away.
And I actually think that was Romano on the carry. Him and Drew Gilbert do a kind of a read option offense. Gilbert has thrown 2 touchdown passes this season, but they look to run the option and kind of get those 2 guys in space. And on, as I said, there's
Quarterback
the option.
keeper.
Gilbert.
Nice move. Looks like that's going to be a first down.
Jack Gilbert on the run. Gain of 9. First and 10 Falcons from the 35.
So Jack Gilbert, Zach, does play cornerback and linebacker and is a senior. So, you look at Joe Barlow here and captain senior Jack Gilbert leading them both on offense and defense here. It looks like a little bit more experience than what we're seeing here on Notre Dame, where they've got a lot of underclassmen. But motion there, handoff to 16. Scott Romano, who I know
Scott
you
Romano,
mentioned,
Romano
Yes.
run.
another captain and also
Gain
senior
of 1.
He's
wide
having a
receiver and DB.
he's having a great season. He has 605 rushing yards on the year, and he's 18th in the entire state of Connecticut with rushing yards, which Connecticut isn't a big state, but there's a lot of schools and a lot of football schools. So top 20 in rushing yards. It's 5 games in. I mean, it's very impressive.
So might come down to if Notre Dame can stop this high-powered Joe Barlow offense led by seniors quarterback and also running back
Oh, there's
option.
yeah.
Little flip there.
You got
Notre Dame
Bishop.
defender there was
Gain
there.
of 1.
Number 5, Skylar Burgess, defensive back, just right there though, Zach. So nice play by Notre Dame. Only a gain of 1.
Yeah, he did a great job reading that. I mean,
Lancer
the
fans, make
option's
some
a
noise. It's
difficult
3rd
offense to
down
defend,
and 8.
especially if you give up like 2, 3, 4 yards. You're going to continue to give up 4th downs. You got to get them into 3rd and long situations and make them air the football out.
So looks like 3rd and 7 here. Quarterback will keep it. Goes up the middle. I don't know if he's got that, Zach. I think he's going to
Jack
be
Gilbert
shy.
on the carry.
Shy of a yard, maybe 2 yards there. So
Gain
let's
of
see here.
7.
4th and 2 if Barlow's going to go for it or if they're going to keep it.
Looks like they're keeping the offense out.
Lancer fans, make some noise. It's 4th down and 1.
I'm assuming. I mean, if you watch the NFL, you're going to see like kind of them get right up behind. Oh, actually, they're not. They're in the
Is that
I
a power
formation.
eye?
Yeah. I was going to say, you normally see a quarterback keeper push right up. They won't.
Notre Dame.
I don't.
Did he
No.
get it? Yeah,
Yeah.
he snuck through there. Yeah, number
Bishop
4
on the
there,
run.
Luke Bishop,
A gain of 2.
running back, defensive back, only a
First and
junior,
Falcons.
gets the first down though. Notre Dame looked like they put everybody up on the line, but Barlow was able to sneak in there to get a new set of downs here. So slowly making their way down the field here
I mean, if you're
within the
Joel,
25,
I'd
23rd.
say- I was just going to say, if you're Joel Barlow, you're playing your style of football, run, short gains, chip away at the clock, keep your defense off the field, and there goes Gilbert who gets some space.
Jack
So I
Gilbert on
thought
the
he
run.
handed that off pretty crafty here early for Gilbert. Can see why he's the team leader here. And I know we talked a little bit before the game about, the Barlow rush here with both players
2nd and 1.
and Gilbert and the other senior captain, co-captain as well, Scott Romano, who has been the offense here for Joe Barlow early. Those 2 names, Gilbert and Romano.
And I will say, we saw it on the 4th down. We saw Bishop get a carry. He actually is more of their receiving back. He leads their team in receiving yards, and he also is tied with 3 touchdowns for.
Oh, Romano fumbles. Looks like Notre Dame. Nope. Barlow's going to maintain the ball there. Looks like Romano was running. Ball was tossed behind him, Zach. So
Yeah,
kind of an error by the quarterback there.
You know, we'd like to talk about
Around the
timing in
6.
basketball, but football,
Lancer
you
fans,
got
make
to
some
make
noise.
sure
It's
your quarterback, running
third
back are on the
down and
same
7.
plate, because if not, then you see miscues like that and the ball's put on the ground.
Zach, we got perfect weather here. It's not too cold right now.
I was gonna
Crowd
say.
has started to fill in here on this side. Clearly, there's no fans on the other side of the field, but what a great facility here up at Sacred Heart. Handoff. No, quarterback keeps it, hands it off late. Doesn't look like they're going to get much there. A lot of lateral movement there by
Yeah.
Barlow. I mean, they didn't get many yards there. I think maybe they
Ari
picked up a
Alvarez on
couple.
the run.
I mean, the issue there, right, is if you're the edge guy, right, the edge guy on the defensive line, he's setting it and trying to keep the
Gain
quarterback
of 7.
contained from getting to the outside. But then the
First and 10
cornerback has
Falcons.
to come up and take the running back that's following around, because then they're going to run out of space if they keep going east and west. They're not going north and south. You can let them get kind of negative or no yardage, but you got to be able to contain the edge.
And Zach, they did get a first down on that. I stand corrected. I didn't think they got the first down, but clearly they did. So 1st and 10, just shy of the goal line. I guess they'd be 2 yards short of the quick
It
handoff
was
there.
Romano.
Number 6 looked like. Oh yeah, that was Romano.
Yeah, I mean, right back to him. Fumbles it. Doesn't even slow him down at all.
So Barlow down to looks like the
Stop Romano on the
3 yard
run.
line here.
Gain of 9. 2nd and 1.
I mean, you know what I will say though is Barlow has killed a lot of clock here, Dino. It was a 12-minute quarter. They're under 4 right now. I mean, Notre Dame didn't take a ton of time off. Barlow, if they can capitalize here and then continue to play this style of football, Notre Dame's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, so Barlow 3 yards. Quarterback keeper, he's going to get 7. Wow.
Touchdown Falcons.
Jack Gilbert with the touchdown, Zach. So name that we talked about early, Gilbert and Romano,
Jack Gilbert
pretty
on the
much
team for
90%
121
of the
yards on the run.
offense here in this first drive here for Barlow to put a quick 6 up on the board. Let's see if they can make it 7. But killed about 9 minutes on the clock.
Yeah,
Excuse me, 8.
we'll see if Notre Dame will be able to respond. We'll go through the uprights there.
The point after is good.
Be
So point of
7-0.
7-0, Zach.
Falcons 7. Lancers 0.
So talk a little bit about our sponsors here, Zach. I know we've got time here, but one of our big sponsors here with Project Purple Sports is New Balance. Excited to have New Balance as a sponsor with Project Purple Sports. They've been a great partner of ours with our run program and our endurance program, but thanks to New Balance for supporting our student athletes in our Project Purple Sports program as we've been bringing you high school sports here in Connecticut over the last almost year, Zach. We're coming up on our anniversary, our 1 year anniversary with Project Purple Sports as this all began last winter up at Seymour,
Yeah.
expanded to Notre Dame Prep this year, and we also did some Seymour sports just a couple weeks back, but we're going to be back with a full slate of winter sports here as this is our last fall event. We might have one, maybe possibly still remaining, but right now we're locked in here at Notre Dame Prep as Barlow goes up 7-0 on Notre Dame Prep at Sacred Heart.
And they kind of squibbed that one there. That'll be some good field position for Notre Dame.
Ooh, horse collar there by Barlow, number 3. Lucas Sergi, another senior, with like a horse collar on Notre Dame. So let's see if Notre Dame's offense can get things
Ryan
going here.
Parcel on the return.
With 3:32 left in this quarter,
Brought down
Barlow
40.
winning 7-0.
First and 10 Lancers.
I mean, they have an explosive offense, right? I mean, from what I've seen so far, you know, you got Caden Wally in the backfield, and he's kind of been their offense so far, but you got to kind of get him involved, and you also got to utilize Razor, because Razor can throw the ball, but he can also run the ball too, and here comes a quick handoff to Wally, who breaks a tackle, and he's kind of getting into some space, and he won't go down easily. He's big pile on. Someone lost their helmet too. And Wally will have a first down on one carry off the bat.
Caden Wally on the run. Gain of 11.
And that'll just be, I mean, that's
Going
kind
up
of
for a Lancer first
what we've
down.
seen so far here, Dino, is just kind of a lot of run plays, not a ton of balls thrown yet. We saw one by Notre Dame, but both teams know their strengths and they've kind of been sticking to them so far. Run the ball, beat up the other team's defense, and hopefully your defense can stand tall.
So Notre Dame gets a
Razor will
pass.
fire it deep to
Oh,
Burgess.
had him open, Zach. Just a little off
Jordan
there,
Razor's
but
pass is incomplete, intended for number 5, Skylar Burgess. 2nd and 10.
so Notre Dame gets a quick first down there and unable to capitalize there.
Yeah, that was honestly, you caught him. They caught him sleeping there. They just weren't able to capitalize. Because Burgess had the cornerback for Joe Barlow beat. It was just kind of underthrown. He was looking for a back shoulder ball. Razor was looking to lead him to the numbers.
Player in motion. Nice drop off to the running back.
It'll be Caden Rudd on the handoff.
Caden Rudd on the run.
Picks up about 6, Zach.
Yeah.
Gain of about 5.
I guess 5.
3rd and 5
No,
from the field goal.
I agree with you. I think it was 6. Looks like they gave him 6. Close
Yeah, from
to.
where we're standing, it looked like 6. Maybe it's all about angles.
Well, I will say that they're killing, both of these offenses are killing the clock, Dino. I mean, if you're Notre Dame, I know you're only down 7-0, but you feel like you got to have some sense of urgency after you had one drive, you went 3 and out, and Razor will
Oh,
find
nice
Burgess.
job.
Strong
Jordan Razor's
hands
pass
by
is complete
Burgess to
number
bring
5,
that one in.
Skylar Burgess.
And he's got a first down for Notre Dame.
Brought down at the 31. Good enough for a Lancer first down.
So Notre Dame, after giving up the long drive by Barlow, eat up 8 minutes on the clock to get the first 7, quickly gets down the field. I mean, they had a great return here. Not a great, like that squib kick by Barlow, but has quickly, Notre Dame has moved this offense down the line.
Yeah, and this is kind of the danger zone if you're Notre Dame, because I don't know how far your kicker is. Razor will air one out to Burgess, has him wide open.
Oh,
Just overthrows him. But this is
Jordan
that
Razor's
danger
pass is
zone, right?
incomplete.
You don't know how.
Intended for
We
number
haven't
5,
seen
Skylar
Notre Dame's
Burgess.
kicker yet. We
2nd
don't
and
know
10.
if he can hit about like a 45-yard field goal. I mean, if you were in the NFL or college, you're at least looking at points. You need to get another first down and kind of get yourself into more of a manageable field goal range at least.
so Zach, we do have one scoreboard here at the left end of the field. I thought there were 2. There are 2 clocks, game clocks here, but only one scoreboard. Handoff. Nice job there by
Wally.
back.
Wally
gets
breaking
broken.
tackles.
Wow. Nice run there by Wally. So Notre Dame
Caden
offense,
Wally
Zach,
on the run.
completely different from what we saw at the start of the
Brought down at the
game.
9-yard
We've
line.
seen great offensive play.
Yeah, well, they have a good offense. I mean, I know
First and goal,
they.
Lancers from
I
the
don't know if
9.
it was their last game, but maybe 2 games ago, they beat a team 56-0, and Razor passed for like 223 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Wally had a couple on the ground, so did Rudd. So the offensive explosion is there. It's just they can't get themselves in third and long situations because they're trying to make them more manageable downs. And Razor will keep it.
Trying to make something happen there. So, we talked about Razor. I mean, he's only a
Jordan Razor on the
sophomore,
run.
Zach. So I know we
No
mentioned
gain
this
on
in
the
the
play.
opening, how young Notre
2nd goal.
Dame is, but you know, maybe just inexperience here. You kind of shake off that first series there, and you kind of come back. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think the kids that are younger, who don't have that experience, are easy to kind of just shake it off and then just play.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is y- they're young, but that also means they kind of have like that hungry attitude. And there'll be a completion to the 3-yard line to Burgess.
Jordan Razor's pass is
Burgess,
complete to
I mean,
number
we've
5,
said his
Skylar
name at
Burgess.
least 3 or 4 times this drive. Him and Razor kind of seem to have a connection going
Gain
now,
of
and
6.
it's as we continue to move along. And actually, I think
3rd and goal from the
Burgess
3.
is out of bounds, so it looks like the clock will stop, so they will get another play in here. But 3rd and goal, what are you running here, Dino?
I would let Razor take it up the middle. It looks like we've got some motion there on the line, but I mean, I'd say
They're gonna go
quarterback
to
keeper. Gonna go to wow, wide open.
Touchdown.
21, Tristan Jones.
it's one of the names
Wow,
we
he
mentioned
was
earlier.
wide open, Zach. So this Notre Dame prep offense quickly gets down the field in less than 3 minutes, Zach. So hell of a series there by Notre Dame. Let's see if they can make it a 7-7 game here.
And Tristan Jones says pay him his money there at the celebration. There you go.
Great job by Notre Dame. Nice job by the quarterback to recognize that Tristan Jones, a senior. 7-7. It's good. So,
The point after by
Zach, I
Justin
was going to
Williams.
say
Good.
that play before the
Falcons
touchdown
7,
there,
Lancers 7.
great recognition. I think that was Skylar Burgess, the senior wide receiver, to recognize, to get out, to stop the clock. I mean, the clock is not your friend here with it going down, and it's better to score in this quarter than to try to extend this to the second quarter. So, great play there by the senior wide receiver to get out of bounds. I mean, I know he had to come back for it, but great job there by Notre Dame offense.
Yeah, and I mean it'll be interesting to see, right, how Notre Dame's defense kind of responds to giving up a long, I want to say, 60-yard drive, about 8 minutes. I mean, you're not going to win football games if you continue to let up long drives like that, especially from the defensive standpoint. You're going to get exhausted, and your offense is going to get. I mean, it's a little bit cooler. They're going to start to get stagnant and just out of rhythm.
So Notre Dame will kick off here. Barlow will get the ball with nice kick there by Notre Dame. It's about the 15-yard line. Barlow will attempt to return. Wow, nice job there by Notre Dame to get him just shy of the 25th yard line, maybe 24. Oh, they're going to spot it at the 25th. But 9 seconds left in this first quarter. So let's see, if Notre Dame can stop this, go into that second quarter tied 7-7 and with the momentum. Sounds like we've got some fireworks going off here, Zach, in Fairfield.
It
But
seems like it.
impressive series there by Notre Dame football to get their 7 up on the board, Zach. So let's see here if the defense responds. Usually you see kind of the defense, and again, as we mentioned, a lot of these kids are playing both sides of the ball. Looks like a false start there. That'll be a
Yeah.
5-yard.
Delay a game.
Oh,
Delay
delay game. Wow. Oh, I guess they do have the game clocks down there.
First and 15.
The play clock, I should say. But I mean, if I'm Joe Barlow here, I'm taking a deep shot. You just ran 10, 11 running plays on the last drive, didn't look to throw. I mean, you have the corners up, they're in, they're expecting run, play action, post over the top, even a slant. There's no safety help, and they
And
won't
they're gonna
listen to me.
they're gonna run it, Zach. Scott Romano gets the handoff, and that's going to be the quarter.
Scott Romano on the run.
So, tale of two teams, Zach. Barlow ground and pound there to get their 7. Burnt about 8 minutes on the clock. Notre Dame, with 3 minutes in the quarter, takes it downfield and scores with some explosive offense. So, tie game here going into the second quarter. Barlow 7, Notre Dame Prep 7. So, tale of two teams, Zach. Let's talk a little bit about Project Purple. What is Project Purple? We're a Connecticut-based, impact-driven organization. Our goal is a world without pancreatic cancer, and how we do that is through spreading awareness of pancreatic cancer through our events, whether that involves a run, a golf outing, or a third-party event, or even here, like what we're doing tonight with Notre Dame Prep at the Coaches versus Cancer game, working with Project Purple Sports and other high schools throughout the state of Connecticut and New England to bring awareness of our mission of a world without pancreatic cancer. To learn more, visit our website at www.projectpurple.org or follow us wherever you are on social media. Just look for Run for Purple or Project Purple.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested in potentially bringing Project Purple Sports to your school, just go to projectpurple.org/team activities to get involved and send us a message.
So Barlow gets it back. Looks like they had the quarterback there for a second, Zach. Jack Gilbert, but he was able to get out of that. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, but not much there. So 3rd and 9 here, looks like, for Barlow. I don't. Maybe he got back to the original because they had a 5-yard penalty. Or looks like 3rd and 9, possibly 3rd and 8.
Lancer fans, make some noise.
Yeah.
Down. And 9.
Third and 9. You were right the first time.
3rd and 9, yeah. So let's see if the Notre Dame defense can hold them here. Looks
False
like
start.
some motion, yeah. So they're going to back them up.
Flag on the play.
Yeah. Well, this is a different
False start.
Barlow offense than we saw that first drive, Dino.
Yeah. So, momentum.
5-yard penalty.
Zach, we see this in sports, right? And, basketball, we've seen it in soccer after goals, right? How teams react. And so, we had Barlow go down the field, score, eat off
14.
8 minutes of the clock, but Notre Dame came right back and, scored really quick, high-powered offense, it seemed. And, Barlow's kind of come out on the second series here that they've had the ball, just looking a lot different. Let's see if Gilbert will use his arm here. No, another run.
Looks like they'll punt back to Notre Dame, most likely. Yep.
Yeah, so great job by Notre Dame's defense there.
Yeah, I mean, they made some adjustments, but Barlow pretty much did it to themselves there with those 2 penalties, backing themselves up a combined total of 10 yards. So they went forwards, went backwards, went forwards, went backwards. And then Notre Dame did a good job at not allowing them to get to the outside or explode and make a big play. And I don't know how far this guy kicks, but that seems a little close to me if you're Notre Dame's returner, no?
Yeah, it doesn't look like.
I guess not.
Yeah. Good scout there by Notre Dame. They're just going to let that one go. It's going to be great field position again for Notre Dame here at the 35. So, Barlow's kind of kicked themselves in some ways, kicked Notre Dame back into this game with those 2 kicks, right? You've got a squib kick that was picked up around the 35 that was ran to about the 50 that first time, or I should say that second series that Notre Dame had. And then now, great field position for Notre Dame. Really, this will be their 3rd series or 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's balanced out so far. Barlow went down, scored, turnover on downs. Notre Dame turnover on downs, went down and scored. So it's pretty much 0-0 first quarter. Notre Dame's getting the ball for the first time. And here comes Wally.
Couple blockers in front of him, able to pick up a couple yards, not many, but it's like 2 or 3, Zach. Depends where they spot this. Looks like they're going to spot this at oh wow.
2nd and 6.
Give him about 3, maybe 2.5.
I'm going to give him 4 yards, Zach.
I guess, yeah.
So I think they spotted the ball at 34, so. Or no, 30, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I would like
Notre Dame with it, 2nd and 6. Another run. Wally with it. Looks like he's just going to get back to the line.
That Gilbert there. Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. Good matchup there between Wally and then Gilbert. The 2.
I think Gilbert's getting a talking to there, though. He was pretty pumped up after that tackle, and looks like the back judge, the official, I believe, kind of had some words with him.
He met him right at the line of scrimmage, prevented him from getting any yards, and now it's about 3rd and 6 here for Notre Dame. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they do. There's not a ton of safety help over the top, so you can theoretically try to get someone in space and let Razor, and they will let him air it out. Burgess will get the first down and break the tackle down the sideline. Here comes Burgess,
going to be 7.
And he will take it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Wow. So that high power offense, Zach, that we talked about in that second series by Notre Dame, which was totally what we didn't see in that first series, has come out here in 3 plays, put 7 up. So Notre Dame takes the lead here, 13-7.
Resulting in a touchdown.
Great play by Skylar Burgess. Nice
Justin
pass
Hinder
from
for the
Jordan
PAT.
Razor.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great route by Burgess. He did a simple curl route slash out route there. Just got beyond the stick so he would have the first down and then just broke a tackle and he was off to the races.
Let's see if the Notre Dame kicker here can make it a.
Yeah, he did. It
That's
was
good.
almost blocked, though.
Yeah.
It was Romano and Gilbert coming up the edge. Two guys that you probably don't want running at you full speed.
Great job there by Notre Dame, and in particular Skylar Burgess and Jordan Razor, Zach. So Burgess caught that ball. I mean, that wasn't a long pass, but he was able to shake off that defender and get all the way down about 50 yards for the 7. So
Yeah, he was. I mean, I'd say about 50-yard touchdown, but you just saw the breakaway speed there from Burgess. I mean, here's some defenders coming from the opposite side trying to take an angle, but Burgess was just straight line and right on his way into the end zone for 6. Well, I'll tell you what, though, if there's a fantasy football league for high school players, Skylar Burgess is having a day right now. 4 catches, probably 80 yards and a touchdown. That's 16, 17 fantasy points right there if you play PPR.
So 2 throwing touchdowns by Notre Dame. Their passing game has been the difference here in a quarter and a half. Fumble there by Barlow. Picks it back up though. Nice hit. So not much yardage there for Barlow on the return. Kind of went left to right, and looks like they're going to have the ball at the 18 or 19, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal for Barlow, but we'll see how they kind of respond here. I mean, if you're Barlow, what you want to do here is go on another 6, 7, even 8-minute drive, go down, get points, give Notre Dame about 40 seconds, and go into halftime tied. That's if everything goes well, but their offense is kind of one-dimensional, in my opinion, until they look like they can throw the football.
We haven't seen them throw the ball at all. Just been
No.
up. There goes the option again on the wing, but wide open. Got some space there.
Wow.
Nice recovery there by Jordan Razor to make the tackle, but number 6.
That was Ari Alvarez, senior.
Ari Alvarez on the run.
Haven't seen him much today, but I mean, he just flipped the script just like that.
Brought down
About a 40-yard gain.
Yeah, and this is where Barlow wants to be. They want to be on Notre Dame's territory and now just chip away 2, 3, 4, looking to pop some big runs here, and then just work your way, work the clock, and work down into the end zone.
And Barlow really that last time out really kind of hurt themselves with those 2 penalties, right, Zach? So offensively, Notre Dame had some great stops, but Barlow more so hurting themselves. So
I mean, I'm sure if you're Barlow, you know Notre Dame's offense is very young, but it's very fast, it's very explosive, and like that they can score. So you're probably trying to keep the ball in your offense's hands most of the game and keep Razor, Burgess, Wally, Jones, Rudd, all of them off the field for as long as possible. Oof.
Nothing there, Zach. Looks like just
it was
maybe
CJ Bostic
Scott
leading
him run.
So 3rd down, and it looks like probably 6. So not
about 1.
Maybe 3rd and 5. Kind of hard to see the lines.
Lancer fans make some noise.
Yeah, but if you're, I mean, what I don't understand, right?
6.
You're
3rd and 6, yeah.
You're Joe Barlow. You can't get yourself in the 3rd and 6 situations unless you can throw the football, which they haven't done. So you gotta make it 3rd
Again,
and short.
Another handoff.
Gilbert should have pitched it to Alvarez there. He didn't read it properly.
Shaq Gilbert on the run.
Nice stop there by 27 for Notre Dame, Zach.
A gain of about 1.
So the big question here, does Barlow go for it? Looks like there's some, that looks like they're going to go for that, Zach. 4th and 5.
I mean, if you're Barlow, you're not getting a
Fourth and
ton
about 4.
since that first drive. I mean, Notre Dame has kind of figured you out for now. You got to get something going. I mean, but this is what confuses me is you got to take a shot. You got to try to throw the ball
They're
once
going
to
to
show
run
that
it.
you can throw it. Yeah,
Yeah, they're going to
but
run it here, clearly. They got everybody on the. Oh, wow. Great job by the defense. Little early celebration, but they couldn't get him on the ground. Now they got him on the ground. I think Notre Dame started to celebrate a little bit earlier. I didn't hear a whistle, so
3, resulting in a turnover on downs.
does Barlow not throw
Christensen
the ball,
Lancers from the
Zach?
40.
I know they've thrown the ball I think 5 times on the season.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They don't throw it a lot, but they're so one-dimensional on offense. By the time you get into the fifth, sixth, seventh game, there's so much film on you that
Correct.
it's so easy to tell and figure out what's going to be ran, right? Like you got to be a disciplined team. I'm not saying Barlow's not, but to run the triple option. If you look at Air Force, Navy, they have the discipline to make sure that everyone's going to block, right? It's hard to be a wide receiver in an offense where you don't throw the football because you're never going to get the football. So it's like you got to block, and not everyone's going to kind of want to block. And here
Notre
comes
Dame hands
Wally.
it off. Wally, he's going to pick up. Still going.
Oh,
Gets the first down, Zach. It's like a
fumble.
fumble.
Uh-oh.
Hard to see.
Looks like Barlow has the ball.
Wow.
And that's Ekan.
Ball is fumbled on the play. Recovered by the Falcons.
So what looked like to be a breakaway by Wally becomes a turnover. So Barlow will get the ball back, Zach. Looks like here about the
Christensen
48.
Falcons from the 48.
Yeah, I mean, that hurts. I heard that, don't worry. I got it.
I
But
got those eagle eyes, Zach.
yeah, that hurts. So if you're Notre Dame, I mean, you're looking at potentially going up 2 scores. Now it's Barlow has a chance to tie it.
Barlow with a receiver here on the end, but let's see if
Oh,
a couple trick.
oh,
Oh,
oh!
wow! What an interception by Razor. Jordan Razor takes it back, Zach, back to the 48. Wow.
One-handed.
One-handed.
Intercepted by number 1, Jordan Razor.
Wow.
Well, I guess we find out why they don't throw the football, Dino. What a play by Razor. Quarterback doing it all.
Brought down at the 48
There's a
yard
touchdown pass thrown. Well, 2 touchdown passes thrown.
First and 10
And now an
Lancers.
interception, Dino.
With one hand. Zach, I wish we had instant replay
Almost. Soon.
soon. But that was a hell of an interception by Jordan Razor. And, we said it before. Barlow, you said what? Barlow's thrown the ball like 5 times this season. And
Well, that's probably
they
why
went to
they
the
don't.
throw to look like their tight end. And it was kind of like a lob pass, Zach. The ball seemed like it was in the air
I
for a
mean,
long, long time.
My issue there is out of all the times they went to throw the ball, that was the one time that Notre Dame actually had safety help over the top. And
Yeah.
they're going to go back to Wally right away on the ground after the fumble. We'll get about 2, 3. What do you think?
Depends where they spot the ball. Looks like maybe one.
Oh, geez. I was really off.
Yeah. So 5:26 here in the second quarter. Notre Dame up 14. Barlow 7, but it's all been Notre Dame both on the offense and the defense so far, Zach. So impressed with the Notre Dame prep Lancers here as they've shown some. Wow,
Razor
wide
to
open.
Burgess.
Jordan
Oh, it
Razor's
seems
pass
like
is
we've been
complete to
saying
number
that a
9,
lot today.
Skylar
Razor to
Burgess.
Burgess.
Wide open. So, Zach, something that we've seen here at Notre Dame doing multiple
Brought down
sports.
at the
Looks like
24.
timeout here, so this is a good
First
time
and
to
10
talk.
Lancers.
We-
Timeout Falcons.
Very impressed with
half.
the Notre Dame prep athleticism. We've seen this in soccer, we've seen it in volleyball, and now football. So young team, but very, very athletic athletes
Yes.
that we've seen in the Notre Dame Preps program. So I know it is a private school, so wouldn't say that there's recruiting, but kids come from all over the state
They
to
do.
come to go to school here, not only for the academics but also athletics. So a little bit different than what you would find in maybe a public school where you get what you get. You don't have the ability to get kids from multiple towns, but clearly tonight we've seen early here, I mean in a quarter and a half, that the Notre Dame athleticism has definitely been the difference here for the Notre Dame Prep Lancers here against Joe Barlow Falcons.
Yeah, and if I'm Notre Dame here, what you want to do is you want to go to the ground a little bit, take some time off the clock. I mean, you're in field goal range. I've seen, based off what I've seen, the kicker, you obviously want 7, but you don't
Special
want to
team
give
Lancers from the
Barlow the
24.
ball back with about 3 minutes because they don't throw the football, so they have time to. Razor will air
Razor
one out.
dart. Looks like he was going back to 21, Tristan Jones.
Jordan Razor's pass is
Look
incomplete.
like has a
Intended for number
little.
21,
Jones
Tristan
was a little
Jones.
bit behind the ball, but
Second
it
and
was
10.
there. So 2nd and 10 here. Notre Dame on the 29 here. Let's see if they can make something happen. Looks like Coach Johnson's talking to both Razor and also Skylar Burgess. So let's see if we see the Razor Burgess connection here. Burgess in motion. Nope, handoff to number 2, Zach. Looks like gonna pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, that'll be Jeremiah James,
Jeremiah
Ano-
James on the
one
run.
of the
Another
starting
sophomore.
linebackers.
Gain about
Yeah,
3.
Sophomore.
I mean, that's a
Third and 7.
good play. I like that. Right? It's 3rd and 7, but the clock is running. We've seen Barlow's offense. They need time to get down the field because they run the ball. You let the play. I would have ran the ball on 1st or 2nd down, but you're still going to get it down to the 4-minute mark. Maybe can continue the drive here.
So Notre Dame with
And
4
that'll be a encroachment on
encroachment.
the
Flag
defense.
on the play.
So Notre Dame set up those Zach with 4 receivers. So it looks like they're
Offside. Defense. It's a 5-yard penalty.
No, now you can run the ball. 3rd and 2, that's what I would do. Go right up the middle, pick up the 1st down yardage, and then keep the clock
3rd and 2 from
rolling.
the 21.
So 3rd and 2 from the 21 here. Let's see if they stay in that same formation, Zach. One running back in the back. He's going to get
That's
it
smart.
straight up the middle. Big guy, 33. He's
Caden
a
Rudd.
Caden Rudd on the run.
senior running back and defensive lineman, Zach. So Rudd with the run.
Brought
It's
down
going to
at the
be
8-yard
1st and
line.
goal. So
1st and goal Lancers.
Keeping it on the ground here, chewing some clock, continuing to give Barlow less and less time to drive back down the field because you're going to get points regardless, make it a 2-score game. I know you're kicking off to Barlow, but you don't want to give them enough time to go down, maybe get 3 or 7, and then get the ball coming out of halftime.
So Notre Dame killing the clock here, Zach. You can see the clock, the play clock to 13.
Oh, no.
Defense was right there, so they're going to back them up to about the 11 there. Nothing happening for number 2, Jeremiah James.
See, now
Jeremiah James on the run.
this is where if I'm Barlow, I'm
Lost him
looking to
about
burn
3.
some timeouts here, right? You got him
2nd
in
and goal from
2nd
the
and a
11.
bit long. You want some time to let your offense go down the field and get some points here. About 3 minutes left. I know you're going to have the 2-minute warning, but you would potentially like to get the ball and use the 2-minute warning as a timeout.
Yeah, I don't know, Zach, if Barlow's got the offensive power that we've saw him that after that first series.
Oh,
Razor,
that'll be pass
pass
interference.
interference.
Flag on the play.
Bad decision there by the Joe Barlow defense. That
Yeah.
I don't know. You teach that early, Zach. I don't know. That just was a kind of a knucklehead play, as we've heard of late, like this term knucklehead. But that is a knucklehead play there by Joe Barlow defense. I mean, the ball wasn't even thrown. It was
Pass
like
interference.
just leaving his
Defense.
hands, and the defender already knocked the Notre Dame prep player down. So
Well, I'll
not a
give
smart
some.
decision.
Yeah, but I'll give some props to Notre Dame's scheme there, right? They did a little high-low with the wide receiver. You would have assumed Burgess would have went long, right, based on what we've seen to the end zone. So Burgess went, stopped on a dime.
Well,
You
it was
kind of
right
got
at
the
the
defense
5-yard
to
line.
bit, and then
2nd and
Brazio went
goal.
in right behind him, so they had nothing less to do but grab him. It looked like it was going to be 6 for Notre Dame.
So second and goal
Oh,
here.
Wally almost
Wow.
dropped another snap, but he's in for 6.
So touchdown Notre Dame. So
Into
Wally with his second touchdown. This high-powered offense for Notre Dame.
Caden Wally on the
But
run
Zach, something that
for 5 yards.
we saw with Barlow in that I think third series where they had those 2 offside or false start penalties kind of hurt them,
Justin
right?
Jimenez on for the extra point.
Just now that pass interference to give Notre Dame that other opportunity here to score. So
Well, they had the pass interference, but what was even bigger was that offsides, right? You gave
yeah,
them 5 yards and went from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2, and they
The
could
kick
just
is
run the
good.
ball, keep the clock going,
Falcons 7,
and
Lancers
now you're
21.
down 2 scores with 2:51 left. Your offense has struggled. You throw the ball once, it was picked off. I mean, you're gonna have to throw the football playing from behind, but it's more of can they, right? I mean, I don't know. If you're Notre Dame here, you still gotta expect the run, but don't get too far up and then get a potential because Gilbert had a pretty solid arm on that pass, but
yeah. So Notre Dame goes up here 21-7 in the second quarter with 2:51 left in this quarter. But Barlow kind of has made some mistakes, penalties, as you've mentioned, that have really kind of impacted this game, and Notre Dame's been able to take advantage of these situations. And Zach, I know we talked about this, Notre Dame being the younger team, and you would think the younger team would be making those mistakes than more of a senior laden team, especially with the offense of Barlow being the 2 seniors, really 3 seniors here. So Notre Dame to kick,
I'll tell you what, it starts with the
nice kick
coaching
by Notre
staff,
Dame.
and John Johnson has instilled a culture here that, like works its way up from the younger players as they continue to come through the program.
So nice job there by Notre Dame. Only a return of about 12 yards there for Barlow. Not
Kyle
even
Grubbs
10
on the
yards.
carry.
So looks like they're going to get it on the 25, 24 maybe. 25 it looks like they're going to spot it. So
Brought down at the 25. First and 10 Falcons.
I think the PA announcer is watching our stream, Zach, because he keeps repeating what I've got here.
Oh,
So Barlow here with 2:42 left in this quarter, trying to get something going here. First down, looks like 2 players collided there in the backfield, but able
Jack
to
Gilbert on the keeper.
quarterback keeper there, Zach. But it looked like the running back collided with him. I don't know if there was some
Gain of 4.
miscommunication there, maybe.
Second
yeah, I
and
think
But
six.
that was
Gilbert got
Holly.
hit in the back and got pushed through.
I mean, you know what I will point out that's kind of a bit different than the 2 sidelines is Barlow doesn't have a lot of people on the bench, right? I
No,
mean, based on
small
what I've
team.
seen.
It's a small school, Zach, so it's a Class S school. Little handoff there, run play again, far side, but picks up the first down up to the 42nd, 41st, but
Boone Bishop on
2
the run.
minute, two
That should
minutes.
bring us to the 2-minute warning. I don't know why they stopped the clock at 2:04. I guess maybe they do the thing where, like college football, if you get a
Brought
first
down at the
down, they
40-yard
stop the
line.
clock and then they move the
First and 10
chains.
Falcons.
Yeah, it looks like
Yep.
that's the case.
Okay.
So 2 minute warning here. It's
I
under
guess
2. They
they
don't
don't
they don't stop
do
it.
2-minute
No, they
warning
don't
in
do
high
the 2
school.
minute. No.
Okay. All right. Well, we're learning.
Uh oh. Pass there. Defender right there, though. First pass of the game, or I should say first completion for Jack Gilbert. Short play to Luke Bishop, it looks
Jack
like.
Gilbert's pass to
Yeah.
complete to number 15, Andrew Watson.
Oh, maybe not.
It was
Watson.
Andrew Watson. Sorry about that.
Second
I
Thought
and
it
thought he
was
7.
was
Bishop.
gonna. Well, I thought he was gonna air one out again to Bishop. It looked like he had Bishop on a corner route.
But only picked up about 2 yards, Zach. So Notre Dame defense right there.
Well,
123 going.
and the
There's just not enough
clock's still
time
going.
here.
They're gonna
Yeah.
have to throw the football. We'll see what they do here. Yep.
It looks like he's going to throw it again.
Got to get out of bounds, and he will.
But only a pickup of about 4, Zach. So 3rd down and 2, it looks like, or 3 possibly
Well,
here.
at least now they can run the
Jack
ball.
Gilbert's
We
pass
just
to
learned
complete
that
to
the
number
chains
15,
stop
Andrew
when they get
Watson.
a first down, so it's kind of like a timeout. They'll probably lose a couple of seconds if they hand it off and pick it up,
Gain
but
of 3.
it's more manageable for their offense instead of having Gilbert air the ball out.
So let's see if this Barlow offense is going to run the ball or stick with the pass here that we've seen in this series here. Player in motion, yeah, they're going to hand off right there, though. Looks like he might be just short of the first down. It depends on where the spot's going to
Yeah, they're gonna
be.
mark him short.
Yeah, I would
So
say he's
Got
short of
Romano
that
on the run.
first. Yeah, he's
clock
short
will
about a
run.
yard. So
You're gonna
4th and 1
you're
with
gonna
the
go
clock.
for it. I mean, I also am
Their two
confused
Panthers
why Barlow's not
fourth
calling any
down.
timeouts
Make some
either.
noise and inches.
Yeah, so let's see here. Zach, I'm going to call a quarterback keeper here with Gilbert.
I think so too.
Nope, handoff to
Romano.
16, Romano. He's able to sneak in
Scott
for the
Romano on the
first
run.
down.
You know, I don't
Gain of 6.
understand
First
the.
and 10 Falcons.
I get
Timeout.
now they'll call a
Falcons.
timeout.
Their second
I
and a half.
I don't know. I'm a little confused by that. Right, you just let another 14 seconds run off where you could have called a timeout, have 2 plays set up, move the chains, continue to run, and now you're stopping, allowing Notre Dame to get set, and it kind of doesn't make sense to me. You got to have some more urgency on the Barlow sideline down 2 scores.
Yeah, and Zach, I don't know. Maybe I mean I know you mentioned it. Yeah, that bench looks pretty thin over there. So compared to Notre Dame prep, Barlow doesn't seem to have maybe the bench. We have talked about two-way players here playing both sides of the ball. So kind of interesting, here for Barlow, just certain play calling. I mean, 36 seconds left. We haven't really seen them throw the ball often and far. So we'll see here what they decide to do. See if they can get another 7 here on the board and make this game a little closer than what it is right now going into that second half.
Well, that's what it's all about. If you're Barlow, keeping it close, you get the ball back coming out of halftime. Just get 3 points at a minimum. Gilbert get
Taken
dropped.
back. So
Jordan Allen brings him down in the backfield.
Jack Gilbert on the run. Brought down by
For a
number
second, I was
52,
just looking at
Jordan
all the
Allen.
space Gilbert had to run there, Dino. But Allen said,
Go on
not
to
today,
six.
Gilbert.
Second and 16.
So senior Jordan Allen. So I know we've mentioned Notre Dame being young, Zach, but a couple players that really have made an impact here. Jordan Allen, senior. We also talked about Caden Wally and also the other person, Skylar Burgess, both seniors. On this team. So a couple seniors do play some big roles here for Notre Dame. Have had a lot of experience. We mentioned before in the game that Notre Dame had a great season last year, made it to the state semifinals in their division in terms of states. I think they went 9-2. So, a couple seniors have probably seen a lot of action, in some big games for Notre Dame, really kind of coming to play today and making some plays that have been kind of the difference here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, you're at home, 2-3, looking to get back to 500, beat a pretty solid Joe Barlow team, and then get your season turned around the midway point. And
Pass
wow, that was
to
I'll give
number
it.
one, Braylon Bennett.
To number 1, Braylon Bennett.
I'll give it to Gilbert. It was a nice throw there on the run, play action, couple of yards, but
Gain still not first down, Jack, but the clock is not your friend here. If you're
well, they got out of bounds, so they did stop it. But they have a third down here, and 20 seconds to go, about 40 yards.
Player goes down at the line of scrimmage.
Oh boy!
Oh, intercepted.
Bostic.
Wow.
Bostic moving down the sideline with the stiff arm. Oh. Good block there on Gilbert.
Oh.
Flags everywhere. Wow, they're going to get a legal block.
Yeah, there's a legal block in the back there. But the interception won't be negated, but there'll definitely be some couple flags.
Yeah, I mean, Gilbert got popped. I think it was Razor who laid the boom on the blindside hit, but woof. Man, Razor living up to his name there. Laying out Gilbert. Gilbert didn't see it coming. Man, that was exciting there, Dino. Just when you thought maybe Barlow was going to make their way back into the game, I mean, what we'll see is we'll probably see blindside block here on Razor, and then we'll see Notre
Yep.
Dame either go for a Hail Mary or kneel it out here and take it to halftime.
If you're Coach Johnson, I think you just kneel it out and take it into halftime. But
Yeah, you
great
don't know.
defense there by Notre Dame. So Zach, something that we've seen, I mean, I know Barlow's quarterback, senior, he's been kind of their leader here, Jack Gilbert, but
The
doesn't
defensive headlights from the
the
third
two long
quarter.
throws that he's had have both been picked off here. So hasn't had any success here with throwing the ball long, throwing those short passes to the wings. But anytime he's thrown long and down the middle, been intercepted here. So
I
Notre Dame's
mean,
just going to take this out to the
yeah.
half, Zach.
I just think he also has been trying to throw it to some
And
tight,
that's the end of
double
your
covered
first half.
windows.
Your score: Falcons
So we're
7,
at the half here.
Panthers
21
21.
Notre Dame Prep, Joe Barlow 7. So we'll be back here to start the third quarter. So thank you guys for tuning in so far. Make sure to come back here in about 10 minutes on the start of the third quarter. 15 minutes actually. So
And we are here for kickoff as Notre Dame kicks it off to Joel Barlow. My bad, Dino.
Barlow. Nice return there by Joe Barlow. Breaks it away. Number 4, Luke Bishop gets to about the 55.
Well, if you were wondering if
Luke
Barlow could
Bishop
make
on the
anything
return.
happen, that'll help
Brought
right
down at
there.
the 45-yard line. First and 10 Falcons.
And let's see if this Barlow offense can kind of do what they did on that first drive here, Dino. Control the pace, chew the clock, get down, get 7, and then kick off and get a stop.
So, Zach, tale of two teams there in that first half. I mean, Barlow came out, scored that first 7. Notre Dame countered, but then the Notre Dame offense just exploded from that point. So let's see what Barlow can do here.
Good play
Quarterback
there.
keeper back to Bishop, but he's going to get a couple yards there, Zach, about 4 yards.
Yeah, it's the triple option, right? It's expected. It worked there a little bit better. Um, Gilbert waited to the last second to kind of release Alvarez there into space, but we'll see what they can kind of muster up here. What they want to do if you're Barlow, you don't want to start
Second and
playing
6 Falcons.
out of your realm yet because you still have another quarter, but you need to score on this drive. You need to get points.
Yeah. So Barlow again runs it up the
Romano
middle.
runs over
Romano.
Razor.
So Barlow comes out
Not
quick here,
Romano.
Zach.
Oh,
First 2 plays.
we had a Notre Dame player a little shaken up there. Looks like
Brought
Jeremiah
down at the
James.
27-yard line. First and 10
Wondering if
Falcons.
it's a little cold down there.
A little bit of a stinger.
Yeah.
So Barlow right away, Zach. First 2 plays, 2 big run plays for Joe Barlow. So let's see here if they can carry this momentum or if Notre Dame can get a stop. So talking to some people at halftime, this is Barlow's game. They run the ball nonstop.
Wow, Gilbert will break away. I didn't even know he had the football there, Dino.
Gets down to about the 3-yard line there, Zach.
Luke Bishop on the run. Brought down at the 3-yard line.
And here they
First
go.
and 10 Falcons.
Kind of playing their game a little bit faster pace than that first drive, right? I'm sure they wish they could kind of chew more of the clock off, but down 2 scores, they don't have that luxury. They do have a winning strategy if they are ahead, though. And Romano will punch it in for 6.
So Barlow gets on the board quick here,
Touchdown
Zach.
Falcons.
Less than 2 minutes into this third quarter. Makes it a 13-21 game here. Let's see if they can make it 14 here, but about 4 plays there, Zach, to score.
Yeah, set up by Bishop on the kick return there, Dino. What you're looking at here is if you're Notre Dame is you're going to have to keep their offense off the field. So you'd like to see some slow, methodical drives, and that'll be no good.
No good there by Barlow.
The point after
Wide
no
right.
good. Falcons 13. Lancers 21.
Well, let's
So
see.
Barlow only able to get 1 on the board, 6 points. I'd say 1 touchdown. Quick, Zach, 4 plays, chewed up 2 minutes on the clock. So
Yeah.
let's see here how Notre Dame responds.
Well, what I'd like to see Notre Dame do here is do a well-balanced attack between Razor throwing the ball to Burgess, to Jones, and then just some handoffs to Rudd and Wally to kind of go on a bit of a longer drive here, right? You want to keep, Joel Barlow cannot come back and score if they don't have the ball. So it's pretty simple. It's simpler said than done, but you'd like to see some kind of maybe even some options with Razor. Razor has some speed. We saw it on that return on the interception. But you just would like to see them kind of, you don't want to go 3 and out here if you're Notre Dame, because then you're going to kind of shift the momentum towards Barlow's favor.
And we haven't seen that all game, Zach, until that first series there that Notre Dame wasn't able to do anything.
Exactly. And it looks like Notre Dame is back to receive this kick. We'll see kind of what field position they get here. I mean, I don't know if there's much wind, but I feel like it's going against them now, if anything.
And Barlow's had some difficulty with Notre
They're going
Dame's
for an onside
side
kick.
kick. Awful.
I,
I don't know why they would
I,
do that
I,
so early in the game, Zach. I
well,
mean, Notre Dame hasn't had any difficulty of moving the ball. Poor Listen, I don't do a lot of football here. We're not trying to be rude or anything here, but I don't know if that's the right decision
First and
by
10 Lancers
Barlow
from the 47-yard
to
line.
give the ball back to Notre Dame at the 47 here with
yeah,
10 minutes left in this third quarter. I don't get
I,
that.
I think what I'm looking at is it was Super Bowl 2012, maybe Colts, uh, Saints, and then Sean Payton rolled the dice coming out of halftime, onside kick. It did swing the momentum of the game, but if it doesn't work here, you giving them great field position. They only got to go about
Yeah.
half of the field. Oh, Gilbert. Oh, that wasn't Gilbert. No, it was
It's like number
77 there for
number
Barlow.
77 for Joe Barlow. But again, Notre Dame's offense the last three
Oh,
series have had no problem.
that was actually Pierce
Caden
Counter,
Wally
another
was
captain
Captain,
for them.
lost the
Yeah.
senior O-line,
second and
D-line.
11.
So loss of one there for Notre Dame, but we'll
Well, you
see
know
a
what?
substitution here. Caden Wally comes
I
out of the
like I
game.
like the play call. John Johnson wants them to move, but I choose some clock here. You're up 8 right now. You know you don't want to give Barlow any time. They haven't had success throwing the ball. Give them less time and make them have to throw the ball and try to beat you. I like it. You're not gaining. Oh boy, I don't like that. But you're chewing the clock, still chewing the clock.
So
Now you
Jeremiah James with a loss there. So it's going to be
honestly,
a third and 15 here, Zach, or third and
Jeremiah James on the run.
13.
I
A
like
loss of
to
3.
pass the ball,
Third and
but
14.
I keep it on the ground, keep the clock moving, and then pin them deep and make Barlow go down 80 yards and try to score here. Dino, we haven't seen much from their offense except for that last drive and the first drive. But we'll see what Coach Johnson has dialed up here. He has a good play design there, and there
Good
goes
block.
Brazo. It'll come
Yeah, it's
back.
going to come
It's
back.
holding.
Block in the back. No, there was a block in the back there by the offensive
Flag on the
lineman.
line.
That's going to come
Yeah.
back.
That was a great play design there, though, Dino.
I don't think
Brazio
he
in
needed to.
space.
Again, we don't have instant replay here. I don't think that block was necessary by the Notre Dame player, but it was block in the back. The player had his back turned when he hit him. So that play's going to come back, Zach, unfortunately. But that would have been the first down for Notre Dame, because it would have put the ball at looks like the
Drop
44.
back. Offense.
He's 3rd and 25 now, I would assume.
Yeah. So let's see if the Notre Dame offense here can make it happen here.
Well,
Frustrating play there for Notre Dame.
now 100%. I'm doing a handoff, maybe a screen pass. Let the clock run, punt the ball off give it back to
Be a
Barlow
10-yard
with about
penalty.
like 8
Third and
minutes
24.
left and make them drive down the field and get points. But they haven't done it consistent. Then your defense has played well. They have 2 interceptions, only 13 points allowed, and at the first half they only allowed 7. So theoretically, right, you're pretty much on par so far for what you've expected.
I wouldn't be
But
surprised, Zach, here if we see a pass play, some players here going on the wing. I mean, we saw Notre Dame air the ball out in the first half, so let's see. We've got 4 receivers
I'm
set.
assuming they're going to do a screen to Jones. Yep, yep. Jones breaks a tackle. Stiff arms on Gilbert. See, I like that to play though, right? You don't force an incompletion. Time's coming off the clock. You're going to pin Barlow probably around the 30 with what I've seen from Notre Dame's punter. Um, make Barlow drive 70 yards down the field and try to figure something out. I mean, as long as you can stop the run and contain the run, they got to throw the football playing from behind, which you picked them off twice today. So make them throw the ball.
Yeah. And Notre Dame's special teams have played great today, Zach. I mean, we've seen them kick the ball pretty well. So let's see if they can.
Oh no!
Bad kick there. A lot of air
You
time.
need a
Let's see if they
bounce.
get a.
Oh no! That was
So
not the kick.
no, it looks like maybe
Ball is down.
kind of high off the shin. It sounded like not the shin, but high off the foot. Got a lot of air, but just not a lot of distance. So looked like about a 20-yard, 25-yard kick there for Notre Dame, but
Yeah. You know what you would like to see in that situation? Because it is, right, there's not a ton of wind, but the air's colder, so the longer it goes up there, it kind of gets stopped, lose momentum. Is you'd like to see kind of one of those rollout punts you see in college. Move to the right, keep it low, and let it go, and hopefully get a nice bounce. But Barlow's got some good field position here, down 8. They can continue to play their game, ground and pound.
so let's see if they go back to that. Looks like they do. Handoff, quarterback keeper.
What a play. And Bishop should have the edge.
He sold that. Great job there by the quarterback. Gilbert really sold that play, Zach. Really, defense kind of reacted. No one there on the end, and Bishop was able to get some good yardage on that play. Get to about 20 yards, get to 30.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Notre Dame there, that's not ideal, right? What you want to do is you want to have Barlow be methodical and chew the clock. You don't want to let them score quick. And especially after that last drive, you were riddled by some penalties there. And Romano will break a tackle, break another arm tackle, and he'll be in. And they are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this game, Dina.
Tale of two halves, Zach. You know, Barlow, we talked about just kind of that play in that first half, a couple of penalties that really cost them some momentum on some plays, and then they came out of this half with that like onside kick, which was silly. But
Here
what do
they
we
go.
know, Zach? They
Yeah,
2
it
points
worked
to
out
tie
for
in
them.
this game, so they're going for 2 here.
What do you think the play design is here, Dino?
I think they're going to Romano, Zach. I think it's probably like highly, or Gilbert keeping it. Looks like Gilbert's going to keep it, and he's going to get in for 2.
And just like that, we're tied here when 5 minutes ran off the clock and Barlow scored 14 straight points unanswered.
So it looks like coaching staff for Notre Dame's coming out. I don't think they're happy with the team there. I think they knew that play was coming.
I wouldn't be happy either. I mean, we kind of had a poor start to the second half. Up 14, your lead is gone. You've been killing yourself with penalties, and then you haven't been able to make tackles. You have guys going for arm tackles instead of getting them. I mean, as a running back, when you get ahead of steam, it's very easy to run through an arm tackle, as Romano did on that run about 25 yards. And then right there, it looked like they had schemed for Gilbert or Romano, and then it looks like the edge didn't set, and then Gilbert was able to go right around and get it in for 2.
So Barlow here to kick. Let's see, Zach, if they try to go onside kick again. As we said, we didn't know what they were doing there, but clearly they did. It worked out to 14 straight points here,
I'm
2 straight
assuming
touchdowns.
we'll see an actual kickoff here. They just tied the game up. You'd want to pin Notre Dame back deep. Notre Dame's offense has one drive and done right now so far. So, okay, they're gonna squib it. I guess that works a little bit better.
Player's not down though, Zach. Still not down, but whistle's blown.
Well, let's see what Notre Dame's got here.
So Notre Dame will have the ball at about the 46, it looks like, Zach. I mean, here's the good news for Notre Dame. Still got 7 minutes left in this quarter, Zach. Actually, 41-yard line. Sorry about that. I was
I
wrong.
think the even better news is you're still tied, and you just gave up 14 straight points in 5 minutes. You know, normally you'd expect to be down 2 scores or trailing in the game. Let's see what they got dialed up here. Razor awaits the snap. Handed off to Jeremiah James, who has a seam on the outside. And he'll
Get the first
stumble.
down.
Looks like they're gonna.
Yeah, they're going to give him
give
that
it
first
to him.
down. Yeah, 51. So Notre Dame gets the
Gain of
first.
10. That's good enough for a Lancer first down.
No, I mean, if you can run the ball and chew some clock here, if you're Notre Dame, you just need to play defense. That's what it comes down to. You got to play like you did in that first half. You can't give up big runs because then you're just letting Barlow kind of play into their strengths. You got to contain and force them to pass.
Player in motion.
And around to
Caden
Wally.
Wally.
Yeah.
Looks like
He'll
he's
be
not going to get anything.
stuffed.
Looks like forward progress, though. He'll stay. Maybe they'll get a yard.
Gain of about 1. 2nd and 9.
I think Coach Johnson knows now that he's got to dial something up, but he also wants to keep the clock moving and keep Barlow's offense off the field. So it's all a matter about, like, I would assume you're going to see Razor drop back to pass here on 2nd down. Maybe a handoff to Rudd, but I don't know. You got 4 wide receivers out.
Wally in motion. Nice
Yeah.
handoff there to Rudd. He barrels through. Looks like he'll have the first down, depending on the spot there.
It's about a yard short.
Rudd on the run.
Well,
Gain of about 8.
3rd and manageable. Take a 3rd and 1 any day. You can go for it on 4th down if you don't, as long as you don't get sacked. But I'd do the exact same thing here, Dino. That or keeper with Razor to kind of catch him off guard.
So 3rd and 1 here in this drive for Notre Dame. Rudd again. He's going to have that first down. Looks like he had forward progress, Zach. Yeah.
They're going to
he's
give.
Yeah, they're going to give it
They're
to
going
him.
to give it.
Should.
Rudd on the run.
First down.
I
Looks
like
like
it.
the line official.
That's good enough
You
for
know,
another Lancer.
And you know what I will say with Notre Dame is they have a nice dynamic backfield. Kind of Rudd as the bruising back, but then you have Wally who can come in motion, who has more speed, more agile. Reminds me of kind of the 2010s Giants teams with like Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw. And Razor will air one out to Brazil, and it'll be broken up by Joel
play
Barlow.
there.
Jordan Razor's pass is
It
incomplete.
was. See, I don't like that play called on 1st down, Dino. You've been bruising with
Second
Rudd,
time.
bruising with Rudd, bruising with Rudd. You've been getting positive yards and keeping the clock running. Now it stops, 2nd down and 10. You probably go back to the ground here. Hopefully you gain 3-4 yards and get more manageable on 3rd down. But we'll see what Coach Johnson has dialed up here. Wally in the backfield. Looks like it may be a power run, and it will be up the
Wally.
middle.
Straight up the middle. No one there for Notre Dame other than Wally. Breaks through a tackle, but able to get taken down by number 6.
They're going to 3rd
Ari
down.
Alvarez, yeah.
Another Lancer.
They're
So
moving
first
the
down.
chains, though. I thought he signaled 3rd down over there. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like the.
So
Wow.
Notre Dame marching downfield here, Zach. Killing some clock, but seem to have their way here offensively in this series. Much of what we saw in that first half with both the run and the pass. So let's see if Notre Dame kind of mixes it up here. It's been all run by Wally and Rudd here. Wally again.
But you know what they say, Dino? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, this is true.
Wally on the run.
I like this. This is a very solid drive Notre Dame's putting
Gain
together right
about
now.
3.
I mean, I will say, not to
2nd
jinx
7.
anything, but even if you go 3 and out here, I saw the kicker for Notre Dame during halftime making field goals from about this distance, so it isn't his range. You obviously want 7, but at least you're putting together a very solid drive. You're killing some clock and Razor back to pass. He airs one out to
Razor.
Burgess.
Wow. Razor, though, stood in the pocket, got hit as he released the ball, but impressive play there by Razor.
Yeah, he was just a little off there. If he had like a split second before, he would have had Burgess in stride for 6. Well, you're
So
John
Notre Dame-
Johnson here. What are you drawing up, Dino?
I think you go back to maybe a run play here, Zach, and maybe,
Wally, Rudd.
yeah. I mean, you've got the athleticism, you got the athletes. I would just let them go. High snap again. Razor.
Good pass. And Burgess
Nice.
breaks a tackle. And he's in space. And he'll dive for the pylon touchdown.
Wow.
Burgess.
Great play there by Burgess.
Woo!
Number 5, Skylar Burgess.
Burgess. 6. Number 2 on the day. I'll tell you what. Burgess is making Barlow have fits there defensively every time he catches the ball.
Justin
The
nipping
play's
that
not
down for
over
the extra
until you
point.
get him on the ground.
Zach, I would say the athleticism of Notre Dame has really been the difference here in this game. I mean, between Wally and Burgess, just being able to kind of slice and dice the Barlow defense. Notre Dame extra point is good. Hits the upright but goes in. So 28-7 Notre Dame Prep.
Lancers 8-28.
3:30 left here in the third quarter up at Sacred Heart.
That was a great drive by Notre Dame to kind of respond. You give up 14 straight points to Joe Barlow coming out of that first half, and it kind of looked like you're put on the ropes, as to say, you know. But they came out, strong drive, gave Rudd some nice carries, had him bruised for some yards, Wally with some speed, and then cap it off with a Burgess around 15, 20-yard touchdown. Doesn't get much better than that, Tino.
So let's see here how Barlow responds. I mean, we saw this in the first half, Zach, where Barlow came out, scored quick. I mean, granted, they scored twice here, but Notre Dame was able to respond and really kind of dominate the game after after that first touchdown by Barlow. Notre Dame really kind of had control of that whole first half here. But let's see how Barlow responds. Nice kick there by Notre Dame. Looks like offsides or false start. False start on the offense.
That's just undisciplined.
I didn't see it, but
False start.
they're going to push this back 5 yards.
It's a 5-yard penalty. Kickoff will happen from the 35-yard line.
Now the wind is blowing against the kicker. So that kind of hurts Notre Dame. I mean, that was a very, very well placed kick.
Yeah, Zach. So it has gotten colder here as the wind has picked up, as you say. Guys up here in the press box, on top of the press box, have started to bundle up, ourselves included. So
It's still a very good kick there by Notre Dame.
kicking into the wind.
Got to
Barlow.
make some coverage here. You can't let him. You know,
Nice return there by Joe Barlow, but Braylon Bennett with the return, a junior. But he gets about 15 yards to the 42. So Barlow with decent field position here, Zach. But let's see, you got 3:23 left here in the third quarter. Barlow trailing by 7. Let's see if they stick to their game plan of just ground and pound, or we see two receivers here coming out for Barlow.
they're decoys, Dino.
Of course. Option
Bishop.
again. Oh,
Great tackle there. That was Burgess. playing
Burgess.
both ways. I'll tell you what, he just saved a touchdown.
Bishop on the run.
Yeah, Bishop was going for a 6 there, Zach.
Gain of 4. Second and 6.
Looks like he's going to sit. But Zach, the only thing with this, and again, we could be wrong here because we're not experts in this, but Barlow, the style of play that they play, this ground and pound, quarterback keeper again, hands off again. This time this side.
Bishop again.
Luke
That'll be a
Bishop,
first down.
first down. So is the clock going to be on their side
Bishop
because
on
of the
the
way
run.
they play?
Well, I think if you can keep it to 7, right, and you have the ball down 7,
46-yard line.
then yes,
Versus the
unless you're
Falcons.
like in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. But as of now, I mean, they're good. They can continue to do this even if they go to the fourth quarter and run the clock out here, as long as they have the ball around the 30 or the 20. I mean, that's probably where they want to be if you're Barlow.
So Notre Dame here. Let's see if they can stop
And
this.
another
Barlow.
one.
Another
That's
pitch
perfectly timed.
out of bounds.
They're just not setting the edge, and that's what the coach is telling them right now. They got to contain the quarterback, then the corner's got to come around and carry off,
Second and 3.
take the second one. But like they're getting froze there. The Notre Dame defender's kind of getting froze, and he's getting stuck in the middle. And then he's got to make a decision, and he's making the decision way too late. The pitch is perfect and on time, and It's just allowing Barlow to march down the field right now. You
So
think option
Barlow
again?
with 2nd and 5. Again,
Yeah, here it
option
comes again.
Bishop.
They did a better job there at defending it. So I will say,
Luke
if you
Bishop on the
are
run.
Barlow, I'd run it to keep running it to the right,
Gain
away
3.
from Burgess's side, because Burgess has been very good at kind of getting in and making that tackle off the pitch. Whereas, I mean, it looks like Wally has been a little deep, so by the time they make the pitch, he's got some yards to cover to kind of make the
Fancy
tackle.
fans, it's 3rd down and inches.
Oh, well,
So let's see here. Who do you think's going to get the ball? Probably Jack Gilbert, Zach. I bet
maybe
you. Quarterback sneak.
Romano.
Yeah.
He did go
Wow.
Romano. I think they stopped him.
Let's see if we have a.
Ball spotted at
Nope,
the
they
35-yard
gave him
line.
the first down.
First and 10 Falcons.
All right. I don't know. It looked kind of close. I guess there's no booth kind of watching, see if they break that marker.
So Romano in the backfield here. Let's see if what Barlow does here. Handoff. Gilbert keeps it. I don't think he gained. Maybe he gained a yard
Jack
on that one.
Gilbert on the run. Gain of 1. Second and
Yeah,
9.
actually, it looks like.
So clock is ticking here. 50 seconds left in this quarter. Notre Dame Prep 28. Joe Barlow 21, but Barlow methodically making its way down the field here, Zach. Let's see if the clock is on their side. 40 seconds left here. Gilbert again. Gets it
Here
over to
comes
Bishop.
Bishop. Bishop in space. Bishop will.
Wow,
He
hard
gets
tackle
flung
there
down by
by
Wally.
Wally. That's kind of a
Luke Bishop on the run.
Bishop had blocking though of Romano, and from Romano was
Brought
like
down at the
8
24.
yards in front of him there, Zach.
He was clearing
see.
First and
space
10
out.
Falcons.
Clock though is not on Barlow's side here.
I think
20
they're gonna
seconds. They're just
let
gonna
it
take
roll.
this, let it roll through.
I would
So
assume so.
1st and 10 on the 19.
Maybe
Barlow
not, though.
again marching down. Let's see if they can score quick. You got Romano and Bishop in the backfield again.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're. Oh wow, they do. Wow. Okay.
Bishop wide open. It's like there was a push there in the back. It's like Notre Dame player went down, but wow.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that
Barlow
was-
scores with no
Luke Bishop on the
time.
19-yard carry.
Yeah, that was the drive of Luke Bishop there, Dino.
So Barlow scores 27-28. Let's see if they can tie this game. I know the kicking game's been an issue for them, but there was a player that went down there for Notre Dame. Looked like he got hit in the back, but maybe that was just incidental contact. From our vantage point, Zach, looked
Yes.
like he got.
Well, let's see. Oh, looks like they're not even gonna bother kicking anymore, Dino.
They're going to
Going
go for two. Well, why would you?
Yeah, you missed one.
Quarterback keeps it,
He's
gets
in.
the two.
The 2-point conversion is good. Fans, that's the end of the 3rd
So
quarter.
Barlow takes the lead
Falcons
here,
29, Lancers 28.
29-28. End of the 3rd quarter. Kind of momentum killer here, Zach. 20 seconds to go. We were like, I don't know if they have enough time.
I know.
But
I mean, it's gonna be. I feel like whoever has the ball last, is gonna win this game or be in position to win the game. Because right now, you're not gonna go for.
so end of the 3rd quarter here, going into the 4th. Notre Dame Prep trailing by 1. Joe Barlow up 29-28. And to your point, yeah, maybe whoever has the ball last will be our winner. But another one of our great sponsors here at Project Purple Sports that we want to highlight is Hartford Healthcare. We are proud to partner with Hartford Healthcare to create the state's largest high-risk screening and surveillance program for pancreatic cancer. To learn more, please visit the Hartford Healthcare website and also projectpurple.org. So thank you to Hartford Healthcare for all their support of Project Purple and especially our Project Purple Sports program here on our live stream. So as we head into the fourth, Barlow with a 1 point lead here, Zach, and like you said, maybe whoever has the ball last is going to determine who wins this game.
Yeah, I mean, based off what we've seen so far in the second half, it's two offenses that have been kind of having their way and marching down the field with no problem and just scoring with kind of ease, but they have been slower, methodical drives, and we will be
It's
probably
about
around 44-yard line. But I, I I just think, like, the way I've seen it, if you're Notre Dame here, you need to kill the clock. That's what you need to do. You don't want to give
Run on
Barlow the
first
ball
along the
here,
turf,
3 and out. They'll go down,
right
march.
down at
They'll
the
do it to
44-yard
you.
line.
Take five,
First and 10
six minutes
Racers.
off, and then you're facing a 9 point deficit potentially if they go for two again.
impressed with this Barlow team, Zach. I have to say, after that first couple series in that first half, I didn't know if they'd have enough to come back, but whatever Coach Cavalier said at halftime kind of paid off.
Wally in space on an end around.
Only
Okay,
gets about 2 yards, though.
yeah.
Caden Wally in the run. Gain of about
No,
2.
I like that.
Second and 8.
Let some clock run off. Set set the tone there early. I mean, you're down one right now, and if you're Notre Dame, you need to string together somewhat of a 5, 6 minute drive here to kind of take the time away from Barlow to do the same to you. But I would say this is kind of a very critical must score, must have points drive for Notre Dame. Because that'll be a run of about 3 or 4 for Cade. Oh, that looks like,
Caden Wally on the
yeah,
run.
Cade and Wally.
Gain of
Thought that
about
was
2.
red for a second.
Third
But
and 6.
third and 6, third and intermediate here. You need to pick this up. You don't want to go. You don't want to go 3 and out here if you're Notre Dame. So we'll see what Coach Johnson has drawn up here. Razor awaiting the snap with Rudd in the backfield. 4 out, and Razor will throw, looking for Burgess, and Burgess will make a great catch in traffic for a first down for Notre Dame, and the clock will continue to move, and so will Notre Dame's drive. Burgess is just having his way with this Barlow secondary today. I mean, he's got to be over 100 yards receiving on the day, 2 touchdowns. Have a day, Skylar Burgess. Great catch in traffic there to keep the drive going.
Nice job there by Notre Dame, Zach. Sorry, as I adjusted. It's getting a little colder up here, so I had to put on an extra layer here.
Good,
like
good, strong run. That'll be Jeremiah James on the
James.
carry. But
Jeremiah James on the run.
I mean, I like this drive that
Gain
they're
of about
starting to
2.
put together, right? You
Second and
get the
8.
ball, you're already taking 2 minutes off the clock, you're moving, when in doubt on third and intermediate, third and long, just throw it to Burgess, he'll catch it. So, I mean, it's a pretty well-oiled machine right here offensively. If Notre Dame's defense can kind of get back to what they were doing in the first half and make Barlow throw the football, they'll be in good shape here. Now, maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but we're kind of doing, and
Runner in motion.
Razor will scramble. He gets
Taken
dropped.
down. 77.
Be their senior captain.
Pierce counter with the stop. Big loss there for Notre
Razor
Dame.
looks shaken up there, Dino.
Julian Razor sacked on the play. Brought down by number 77, Pierce Schuyler.
Well, we are playing on turf, Zach, so I know I was talking to Coach Johnson before the game, and Sacred Heart slated to, you can kind of see some repairs on the field here from multiple sports, but they are slated to replace the turf here next year. Probably not the softest of turfs. Nice play there.
Burgess! Sideline.
Julian Razor's pass is completely
He's
Close
going to be
to the
short of
first
the.
down,
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Johnson, you go for it here. It's going to be
I think
fourth and 1.
You sure? I thought it was third down. Burgess
Gain of
picked up the
13.
first.
It's 4th and 2.
Oh,
Fourth
okay.
and 2.
I was
Yeah, I
wrong.
think you go for it or you get that kick.
I'd go for it here, Dino. Mm. It's a, as we met, well, I guess he would have the wind on his back, a little bit of a breeze, but here's where you got Rudd, you got a big power back. Take it and give it to him. Let him fight for yardage.
So Rudd in the backfield. Like, weird play there, Zach. I don't know what happened. Like,
No one moved.
yeah,
No
it's
one
kind of
moved.
miscommunication. So turnover on downs, kind of a weird play there by Notre Dame. Maybe some miscommunication. Coach Johnson does not look happy.
I don't know what that was, Dino. I couldn't tell you.
Missouri played the
It
turnover on
looked like
downs.
Razor snapped the ball, but no one on the
Barlow
line
started at the
moved.
32
No one
yard
on the
line.
offense moved.
First
Razor
and 10
was in
Falcons.
trouble. Dumped it off to Burgess, who caught it and immediately was tackled for a loss. So if you're Barlow, you have them right where you want them. Up one, 8 minutes on the clock, run heavy team. You just run, milk the clock here, and get points, and it'll be a success. Swallowed
Stopped
up
at the
there
line. Maybe
by
lost a
Kimani
yard or two.
Anderson. Him and Bostic. Well,
Scott Romano
if you're
on the
Barlow,
run.
clock's running.
2nd and 9.
I mean, see, you know what I haven't seen a lot of yet that I think Barlow may start doing is utilizing the full play clock now, right? Taking 30 seconds off here, do another run, another 30 seconds. I don't know if that's kind of a gamesmanship thing, if that will start to ruffle the feathers, but that's where I'd be at, you know? When I play Madden, if I was up, I'd chew the clock. Bishop.
So Bishop in the backfield,
Oh,
stuck, hard hit. He's going to
oh,
gain maybe a
Luke
yard,
Bishop
Zach.
on the
But
run.
yeah. Jordan Allen brought the
2.
boom there, Dino.
so this is a big play for Notre Dame. Third and 8 here, 3rd and 7. So looks like if Notre Dame could get a stop here in the backfield, or it may get the ball back quick here. So keep the pressure on Barlow here to make something happen. I know you said like they're killing the clock here, but like if you can't get first downs, killing the clock's going to hurt you more than it helps you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it at least helps them a little bit because Notre Dame has to do something offensively and you are up. Oh, man. Whoa.
Oh, goes down for a loss there. So big play by Notre Dame defense, Zach. Just what we said here. So that's going to be 4th and like 15. So they're going to have to
Brought
punt
down
this
by
back.
number 5, Skylar Burgess.
And we saw their punts earlier. They haven't been the best.
It's a loss of 5. 4th
You
and
know?
12.
So wind has totally picked up here, Zach, at Sacred Heart Field. We've got kind of wind going this north to south, depending on where we are.
I'll tell you what, Dino, based off what I have seen from Notre Dame, they can put together a really great drive here and score with about a minute left. They'll be in great position to win this game, and that'll be a pretty solid punt. You just can't muff it there. And there goes Burgess looking for space, and he kind of finds some. He'll go back the other way, breaks the tackle, and Razor can't get the block for him, and he's looking for some space. Oh, man, I don't even know. He's running circles there. If only we had one of those stat trackers that can track him around.
I think he ran about 30 yards there, but only gained 1 yard. So
Yeah.
a lot of east to west,
Well,
not really north to south. He looks a little frustrated. Look at him coming off
Yeah.
that field.
He was waiting for a block to be set by Razor, and he would have had the edge. But
Well, I
wasn't
think you got to
able
be careful too with the blocks in the back there that we saw already to Notre
Yeah.
Dame once this half. So Notre Dame will get the ball at the 34-yard line. So pretty decent.
76 yards between them and a potential victory here, You know? 6:22 on the clock, 29 Barlow, 28 Notre Dame Prep. And it all
Couple
comes
players
pretty
in
much,
motion here.
pretty much down to this, I'd say, if you're Notre Dame.
It's
You
like
don't want
James with it.
to, yeah, but you don't want to punt back to Barlow. Barlow may have the winning recipe then.
So if you're Notre Dame here, Zach, you got 6 minutes left here. So
2nd and 5.
what's your strategy if you're Coach Johnson? Maybe try to
Uh,
get the score here. Score, but you also want to try to take some clock off because we've seen this Barlow. We've seen both sides, right? Barlow's been methodical, take their time. We've also seen them score really quick.
Yeah, if I'm Johnson, right, on first and second downs, I'm looking to hand the ball off and mix it between Rudd and Wally to get those two different styles of running. And then on intermediate downs, I'm throwing the ball to Burgess if I need to pass. Otherwise, I'd keep it on the ground and chew some clock and chew some yards. And that's what they'll do here. And Wally will get the edge and he'll go down around the 40.
Looks like he stays in, so they're going to keep the clock running here, which is a good sign for Notre Dame. Kill this
Yeah,
clock.
I would like to see a little bit more urgency, right? Because you're getting to the 5-minute marker. Barlow's been on some 4, 5s, and even 8-minute drives today. If you have to punt, you don't get this. This is fourth down territory. You're going for it here, you know. I think if you're Coach Johnson, you don't want to punt the ball and leave it in the hands of your defense, who's allowed 21 points in the second half. There goes Rudd. Rudd with some space. Rudd will get the first down. And that's a great play.
Caden Rudd on the run.
So as impressive as this Barlow running back tandem with Bishop
First down.
and the rest have been, this Notre Dame trio has been equally as impressive, Zach, here. Between Romano, Bishop, and Gilbert, we've seen great running back play from Notre Dame as well, from Wally and Rudd. Nice play there by
Burgess
Razor.
got a step on.
Burgess, I think, stopped, Zach.
Oh, Burgess is running out of room on the sideline there, too.
Kind of hesitant, though. He hesitated a bit before kind of creating some space there.
I don't know how I feel about that play design. I know you need yards, but with 4:30 left, you want to kind of, that would have gave Barlow about 4.5 minutes to drive down the field. I think if you're Coach Johnson and what he's trying to do is you're trying to gain yards and then potentially kill the clock for a field goal, but you don't want to leave it in the hands of defense, and there comes Wally in the handoff. He's going to be stopped.
So big play coming up here, Zach. Going to be about 3rd and 9 for Notre Dame. So let's see if Barlow and Wally coming up limping, Zach, but maybe just
cold too, Dino. Cold up here. Imagine getting hit down there.
Yeah, on the turf, yeah. Crowd getting fired up here. So 3rd and 9 for Notre Dame. Razor, defender coming in.
Brazil.
Receiver wide open.
Got it.
First down. Elijah Brazel, the first down. Wide receiver, freshman. So sophomore to freshman there, Zach, with a big play. 3:40 here to go. Notre Dame trailing Joe Barlow by 1. So let's see if the Lancers here can make something happen. Looks like a couple substitutions here for Notre Dame.
Well, they got the
playing
ball.
The clock.
Clock's on their favor right now, the way they've been moving. I mean, you would ideally like to set up the field goal here for the win. And Rudd,
nice job there,
up the middle.
Up the middle.
Hold on to the football.
Wow. Rudd with about a 15-yard scamper up to the 20, Zach.
I believe we will start to see some Barlow timeouts being called very shortly.
I think we're seeing one right now. Possibly. Nope. There's just talking on the field.
Because right now, this is still about a 30-yard field goal, and it is the wind's kind of on their back, but for any high school kid, you know, like 30-yard field goal pressure situation, cold night, you don't strike it well, it's not going to go.
So 1st and 10 with under 3 to go here.
Razor loses the football.
That's going to be a turnover. Barlow's going to get the ball back.
That might be the game there, Dino.
That's a tough one, Zach. Wow.
Well,
tough play there by Notre Dame.
In Notre Dame, you have 3 timeouts. You need to get stops. So I don't know if they do. I'm assuming they don't do a 2-minute warning just in the 4th quarter. So you have pretty much you got to force a 3 and out. You got to burn those timeouts now, and then you're in crunch mode.
Tough play there by Notre Dame.
Falcons from the 28-yard line.
And if you're Barlow, this is where you want to be here with the ball 2 minutes up 1 point here. Just got to make sure you don't fumble. Ball security here. That's what their coach is preaching on the sideline.
Who do you go to, Zach, if you're Barlow? Bishop has had his way on the wing, breaks it
Bishop is
open.
going to
This
don't
could be the
score.
game.
You don't want to
This could be
score.
the game, Zach. Take us
Oh
out.
my
Oh,
God!
fumble
No!
recovered. Notre Dame recovers the ball.
And that was
Wow.
Christian Jones.
Wow, Zach. What a play. You know, just when we said it's all over, the fat lady has not sung. Notre Dame with a fumble recovery. And
I don't.
Zach,
I'm
Bishop had a wide open
I'm
lane.
appalled by but if you're Bishop here, you're up a point. If you score, if you go for two, you have to go for two to make it a two possession game. If I was him when I hit the 30, I would have went down, killed the clock, forced Notre Dame to use their timeouts. I mean, guaranteed they're at the possible best situation to fumble the football. Now Notre Dame has to go 97 yards down the field, but it's situational game awareness, right? Because even if you score that in your Bishop, you're up a point. If you score 7, right, you allow Notre Dame to still go and score 2 and tie it up. I don't understand that there by Bishop. He's
Well, he
looking
is
for
a
the glory.
junior, so maybe it was, just inexperience by the junior
It's
running back, defensive back. But, the Notre Dame offense has had no problem in the first half, but here in the second half, they just haven't been able to really put a couple touchdowns together here, Zach, in terms of their offense. We've seen kind of some mishaps here as they've gotten close the last two series down. So it's not a guarantee that they'll score here. They got a long way to go, but
yeah, but they just got an early Christmas gift from Luke Bishop and Joe Barlow.
yeah.
I'm just appalled. I understand like it's a 70-yard touchdown you want to score, but it's game management, game awareness. Would you rather win the game or I don't know. If you look back at it, Notre Dame scores here. Who's it going to come back on and reflect? It's going to be lack of game management. You see it in the NFL all the time. Running backs giving up touchdowns to score and win the game. That's the difference. Razor picked off for
Oh my
6.
God!
Wow.
Pass is intercepted, caught by number 16, Scotland Arnold.
Well, the game isn't over, Dino.
Still a lot of time here, Zach.
They can go for 2 here.
So you have to go for 2 here, Zach.
Well, they don't because they're up 7. But if you go for 2, you win the game.
So let's see here. Barlow's going to go for 2. Oh no, they're going to go
No.
for 1.
Well, it makes it a 8-point game here.
Yeah. See, their kicker did have problems. That's good, straight down the middle. So 36-28,
Well,
Joe Barlow. So
Notre Dame still has a chance here. But
so
it's gonna
2:21 left, Zach. I don't know if Notre Dame has enough time left.
I think they do have enough time. They still have 3 timeouts, but what they're going to need to do is it's going to come down to you got to score first, but then you got to get the 2-point conversion.
What a wild series of events here, Zach, in the last minute. Barlow with a breakout run for Luke Bishop. Notre Dame gets the fumble recovery on the 3, but then a pick 6 here for Barlow. So momentum shift so quick.
It did.
Barlow is up 8 points, Zach. So what do you think here? Notre Dame's got to score quick.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you don't want to score too quick and allow Barlow to go back down the field, but you do need to score. It's 4-down territory wherever you are on the field. You have 3 timeouts, so you got plenty of time. But you don't also want to waste them and allow Barlow even more time if you do go down and score and get the 2-point conversion.
So Barlow's kicking game has been a little bit in question here in terms of their kickoff return. So let's see what they do here. If they squib kick, no, it's been the best kick of their night here. But Notre Dame return gets to about the 47, Zach. So Notre Dame's got to go about 50 yards, score quick here. So I would imagine we see some passing here. Can't really run the ball.
On the return.
2 minutes left
You
in the
can't.
game.
No, well, you could, but
Ball's placed at the 48-yard line.
So
First and 10
Notre
Lancers.
Dame's got to go 52 yards here, Zach, to get a quick 7, maybe 8. Right? So let's see if they can. Excuse me. They're gonna have to go for 2.
they have
Make
to.
it a tie game.
They gotta
Might be
score
going to
first.
overtime, Zach. Razor gets it to run on the wing, but probably should have went out of bounds, Zach.
Joey Razor's pass
You
is
don't
complete
need
to
to
number
yet,
33, Caden Rudd.
but now you just got to move a little bit if you are Notre Dame, though.
So
Gain
under
of
2
3,
minutes
second
here.
7.
Notre Dame trying to get a score here. Razor wide open. Wow. Zach, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Skylar Burgess once again with a 30-yard completion down to the 20.
Ball is placed at the 20-yard line. First and 10 Lancers.
So first and 10 from the Barlow 20. Burgess just goes out of bounds, Zach. So Notre Dame needs a quick score here. 1:40 left here in the game, trailing 36-28.
Yeah, they got time. They just can't.
Burgess,
Oh, you're
looks
gonna
like
be
pass
careful there.
interference,
No,
maybe. No,
he's looking for it, but
did look like some contact there, though, Zach.
Yeah, there was a little contact, but I mean, you just gotta be careful because when you do throw the football, it's gotta be perfectly timed or in a spot where only a receiver can get it. Otherwise, it would be heartbreak for Notre Dame.
So Notre Dame
Pass incomplete. Second and 10.
still trailing 135 here left in this quarter, left in the game. Five receivers. Razor just out of bounds.
See,
He's looking for Tristan Jones, who had
I
a
don't
touchdown in
know
the first half.
why you're just taking deep shots right now, Tino. You got time to move up the field, like
Yeah.
quick slants or maybe screen or something. Let your guys catch the ball and make people miss. I mean, they've been breaking tackles all day. Now you're looking at 3rd and 10. You're gonna have, if you don't gain any yards, you're gonna have 4th and 10. It's gonna be do or die, and you're gonna put yourself in not good position. I mean, it looks like maybe I could be wrong, but a potential handoff to Rudd here just to kind of gain some yards, and it won't be. They do have Rudd wide open out of the backfield. Rudd will
Nice
make
play
a man
by
miss.
Rudd. Wow.
Down to the 2.
Rudd gets down to like the third. I think that's third and goal. Wow, looks like they're going to spot it at the 4-yard line, Zach. So fourth and goal. Clock is moving here. Down to 118.
Well, I think isn't it first down? First and goal?
First and goal, yeah, I'm sorry. But on the 4th-yard line, I'm sorry. They put it.
Oh,
on the
okay. I was a little confused there.
So it looks like gain of maybe 1.5 yards. So second and goal. Looks like
second and goal.
So if you're Notre Dame here, I would run it in because kill the clock. But then you don't want to give Barlow down to the 1-yard line. It looks like maybe
You might consider a timeout here if that's what they'll do.
Caden Rudd on the run.
No, they won't.
So 3rd and 1.
We're gonna go QB sneak. Razors in.
Touchdown Notre Dame. All right, so Barlow defense here. So Zach, we might be heading to overtime. What did we say before the game? That this could be an overtime game here. So Notre Dame scores here with 30 seconds left. They've got to score the two here to make it a tie game. Timeout looks like Notre Dame. So here we are at Sacred Heart, Zach. Barlow
Timeout
clinging
called
to
on
a
the field.
2-point lead, 36-34. Notre Dame literally scored in a minute, less than a minute here, after giving up a pick six. So, Zach, this Notre Dame offense, we've seen kind of tail of two kind of offenses here tonight. One that is very kind of methodical, but one that's very also explosive and powerful, able to score at will against this Joe Barlow defense. But like, just strange.
Yeah, it's gonna come. I mean, I wouldn't overthink this if you're Notre Dame. I I can see why you are, but you have a ton of options. It just depends on what you're gonna end up running and who you're gonna end up going to. It's gonna come down to this, Dino.
So let's see here if the Barlow defense can hold them, which we haven't seen this series, Zach. Notre Dame's pretty much had their way with this Joe Barlow defense, but let's see what Notre Dame's going to pull here. Zach, if you're Notre Dame, I think you go to the big guy in the middle, Rudd. Just
Just go
have
for the
him run it
big
in,
guy.
which looks like they might be doing that. Throw.
Drop. Wow.
Wow.
That was
Conversion's
in his
no
hands.
good. So it looks like Barlow's going to hold on to this lead
That
here,
was
Zach.
that was in his hands. Oh man.
Wow.
The 2-point conversion is no good. Falcons 36, Lancers 34.
So 36-34
Well, you got to go onside kick here, Dino.
with 30 seconds left here for Notre Dame. Let's see. We've seen crazier things happen, Zach. So let's see if Barlow can hold on to this 2-point lead here with 30 seconds left. So looks like we've got an injured player there on the field, Zach, number 52, Jordan Allen, guard, coming off the field. So hopefully he's okay.
Let's see if
Tough,
they
tough
have.
series there for Notre Dame.
It is. I mean, you ran a. It was a beautiful play. You got him. Brazil was wide open in the end zone. Just went through his hands. But let's see if Notre Dame has more luck on the onside kick than
So
Barlow has
Barlow's
had.
got one player back, and the rest of the players within like that 20-yard, or yeah, within the 20 yards here for Notre Dame. Let's see what they do. Onside
Good
kick,
onside kick.
no problem there by Barlow to recover the kick
Ball
though.
is recovered
So
by the Falcons.
32 seconds left here. I guess you just
Spotted at the 47.
You can
kneel it out.
theoretically kneel it out. We'll see what Barlow does. If Coach Johnson will even use his timeouts or just let him kneel it out here. It'll be interesting, but if you're Barlow, don't do a miracle at the Meadowlands back in like the 70s or the 80s and be like the Giants and run it, fumble, and let Herm Edwards return it for six. So, before my time, but you see that a lot as a Giants fan, especially when they talk about situational football.
Looks like Barlow's going to kneel it out, Zach. Looks like Notre Dame's not going to do anything.
Yeah, they're just going to let the game clock end here.
So looks like the clock's going to run out here. Looks like players are hugging it out. So that's going to be a wrap here from Sacred Heart. Barlow 36, Notre Dame 34. Interesting game, Zach. Tale of two teams. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to Project Purple Sports this fall. Really exciting to bring our first football game, first girls volleyball, soccer. We're excited. We're going to be back with a full slate of games. So make sure to subscribe and follow Project Purple Sports on YouTube. And we hope to see you soon. We might have another game here in the fall, possibly. We're working on some things, but we're definitely going to be having a full slate of high school basketball, both boys and girls, possibly hockey.
Yes.
So bringing some new sports and some old sports and some new schools. So thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to follow us wherever you follow social media, Project Purple, and make sure to subscribe to the Project Purple Sports.